Welcome everyone, and in today's video lesson we are going to learn how to build the melodic minor scale. Before we do that, let's take a note of a couple of really quick interesting points. One is that the melodic minor scale is going to ascend differently than it descends. As a reminder, ascension means to go up and descension means to go down. Secondly, the melodic minor scale is used as a fix for the harmonic minor scale. It's used to correct something that some composers thought was incorrect, and so we're going to look at that as well. So let's get into how to build them, and we're going to start by building the ascending portion because we did say that they're different. So the ascending portion. Number one, build a major scale. And number two, we're going to flat 3. That's it. Now, if you recall, a natural minor, we flatted 3, we flatted 6, and we flatted 7. So a little different. It still has that minor-y feel to it because, as we'll learn later on, 3 is, or having a flat 3, I should say, a minor third interval is what really gives something a minor feel to it. It's involved in all of our minor triads and chords and such. So that's the ascending portion. Now, as we build that scale, because it has a flat 3 in it, a lot of times, instead of calling it melodic minor, you'll hear other people refer to the ascending portion, just that portion. You'll hear people refer to it as jazz minor is one. And another one that you'll hear referred to a lot is Ionian flat 3. And Ionian is just kind of a fancy word for major. So that really just kind of breaks down to major flat 3. And jazz minor is really talking about the ascending portion. Ionian flat 3 is talking about the ascending portion. So you really want to make sure you get that straight. Now, looking at the descending portion, which is the portion of the scale that goes down, the descending portion is very easy to build. It's going to be the natural minor scale. And we already pointed out how to do that. So it's just the natural minor scale, which is here. Just take a major scale and flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. So if we were to do, let's say, A melodic minor. If we were to take a look at A melodic minor, well, I know that one, I have to build the major scale, so A major would give me A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, back to A. We did say that we have to flat 3, so I'm going to flat our third scale degree here. Erase this will give us that. And now that is the ascending portion only. That's our ascending portion. If I wanted my descending portion, see, that would be in reverse because it has to go down. D, C, B, and A. And here we would go ascending up the scale and then descending down the scale. You can almost imagine kind of attaching this piece here, right here, so that you would go up the scale and then down the scale back to the original A. Now, I did mention that it is a fix for the harmonic minor scale, and so let's take a look at a harmonic minor. And a harmonic minor, I'm just going to write that as A harm mine, and that would be A, B, let's erase this. Actually, let's do it in yellow. C, D, E, F, G sharp, and A. And so one of the things about this is when I take a look at this particular interval right here, it's very large. That's a very large interval. If you were to analyze it directly, you might say that it is a minor third. It's better to be called an augmented second. And the reason why is because F to G would be scalar intervals. And so G sharp would be just be larger than a second. So we haven't talked about intervals yet in this video series, but that is something that we're going to get to. And so F to, just a quick note here, we'd have F to F sharp, and you could have F to G, and then F to G sharp, okay? And so F to G would be considered a major second, and this would be considered an augmented second because it's larger than a second. And if I actually would have put this as, I should apologize if I put this as a G flat, then that would be considered a minor second. Okay, so an augmented second. And a lot of composers felt that was just such a large leap. It was such a big leap in the scale, and it really kind of off-balanced the scale. It made things very awkward. Because of that, they decided, let's correct this. And their correction for it was, well, let's just sharp the previous one. And so they said, hey, you know what? Let's correct this by doing that. And so there you had the harmonic minor scale that got eventually changed into the melodic minor scale because they wanted to correct something that they felt was awkward. Why do we have, let's say, the G sharp here in the first place? There's a long story that goes along with that really has to do with secondary dominants and applied chords and tension and chordal functions. A little bit out of our pay grade right now, but we'll learn about it later on. So the F sharp is just a fix for that, and that is how we come up with the melodic minor scale. The descending portion, very simple. Again, it's just the natural minor scale in reverse.